What if the operating system you've trusted for 20 years quietly stopped working for you and started working on you? You didn't change. Windows did. And right now, millions of people are doing something nobody expected. They're walking away on purpose.
And it starts with a number Microsoft really doesn't want you to see. For decades, one rule held. Once a Windows version ships, adoption only climbs. Windows 11 broke that rule. It stalled. It hesitated. People looked at the upgrade, and for the first time, they said no. Normally, a deadline forces the upgrade. Lose your security updates, you move. That was Microsoft's strongest weapon for 30 years. This time, people weighed it and chose the risk over the OS.
Let's be fair. This isn't hate for hate's sake. The complaints are specific and they're documented. Hardware lockouts, ads in the menu you paid for, telemetry, forced accounts, a feature that screenshots your entire day. One by one, they're annoyances. Stacked together, they're a pattern.
Windows 11 demanded a security chip and newer CPUs, and instantly locked out a huge wave of machines built between 2016 and 2019. Not slow machines, capable ones. Editing, gaming, real work, no problem. Obsolete by policy, not performance. Think about what that means. A computer that ran perfectly on a Tuesday was declared unfit on a Wednesday. Same hardware, same speed, different rulebook. Let that sink in. Then came the part that felt personal. Ads, inside the Start menu, inside File Explorer, on the lock screen. You bought the hardware, you're paying through the hardware, and the OS is still selling to you. Underneath it all, the telemetry never sleeps. Background services, data flowing out. To improve your experience. Improve it for whom? That's the question that started changing minds. And the moment trust truly cracked, a feature that proposed taking screenshots of everything you do, constantly, indexed by AI, sitting on your drive. For anyone handling private work, that wasn't a feature, that was a fear. Then they came for the local account. The simple offline login, the thing that made the PC yours, got harder to set up with every build, pushing you towards an account, the cloud, the ecosystem. Quick one before we go deeper. Drop a comment. Are you still on Windows, or did you already jump? I read them. Okay, back to it. Then they came for the local account. The simple offline login, the thing that made the PC yours, got harder to set up with every build, pushing you toward an account, the cloud, the ecosystem. And the kicker? After all of it, the accounts, the services, the AI layers, people measured the performance. Slower launches, lower frame rates, more running in the background on the exact same machine.
So here's where it actually went. This isn't a forum tantrum, it's in the data. In June 2025, Linux crossed 5% of US desktops for the first time ever. Globally, it's up roughly 70% in 3 years. And on Steam, Linux just crossed 5% of all gamers, its highest reading on record. 3 numbers, 1 direction.
The exit barriers collapsed. Linux installs in minutes now. It finds your hardware. Steam's Proton runs the games. The Steam Deck put desktop Linux in millions of hands without anyone even calling it Linux. And it's not just individuals. Whole governments are moving. German regions shifting tens of thousands of PCs off Windows, with Denmark, France, and others testing the same exit. When institutions migrate, they don't drift back. Every person who leaves takes more than a license with them. They take habits, workflows, and the assumption that Windows is simply the default. And once that assumption goes, Windows stops being the only option. It becomes one option among many.
Microsoft once owned the PC by consensus. Windows 11 spent that consensus, and people are voting with their seat. So here's the real question. Would you stay with an OS that treats you like a data source instead of a user? Tell me below. If this changed how you see Windows, hit subscribe because part 2 goes harder. The exact migration playbook, and the one thing Microsoft is doing next that makes all of this look small.